Welcome back, dear viewers, and you are still watching The Breakfast Show. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli's tour to Al Wadi Al Jadid on Thursday, in which he inaugurated a number of projects. And today we are joined over the phone by Dr. Amr Hamed, Professor of Economy. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Amr, first we need to learn more about Wadi Al Jadid Governorate and its strategic importance for Egypt.
Al Wadi Al Jadid, or the New Valley, is a governorate that holds strategic importance due to its geographical location at the far west south of Egypt.
Yes.
It is actually the largest governorate in Egypt by land area. It's about 45% of the total area of Egypt, which is almost half of Egypt. But unfortunately, it is not very rich when it comes to natural resources and also human resources. It acts as a gateway connecting Egypt to its western neighbors and Africa, making it vital for regional connectivity, of course, trade and security. Additionally, its vast desert and fertile oases offer unique opportunities for sustainable agricultural development, tourism, and renewable energy projects.
Yes, sir. Dr. Amr, also, how do you see the keenness of the state on developing all Egypt governorates and make them part of the state's developmental process, especially Al Wadi Al Jadid?
The state's developmental focus on the governorates in Egypt, the government prioritizes an inclusive development model, ensuring all governorates participate in the national growth agenda. By focusing on underdeveloped areas like the New Valley, of course, the state promotes balanced regional development, reduces urban-rural disparities, and creates opportunities for youth and local communities. In this respect, we should also emphasize the importance of monitoring progress in development projects in such, if I may call them, remote areas. Secondly, the government is assessing progress in development projects and ensures accountability, timely completion, and alignment with citizens' needs. It also helps to identify challenges early and deploy corrective measures, ultimately improving the quality of services provided to the citizens.
So, sir, can you shed more light on the economic importance of Al Wadi Al Jadid or the New Valley?
This is a very important question. To start, the New Valley has a lot of potential, in spite, as I already mentioned, its sparse population and harsh environment. In this respect, we can speak of some prospects for growth. And to start, number one is agricultural development, of course. And the potential is that the New Valley is home to oases like Kharja, Dakhla, and Farafra, which are known for their fertile soil and underground water resources, what we call the Nubian sandstone aquifer. In this respect, we can expand the expansion of desert reclamation projects, introducing of modern irrigation techniques, of course, especially the drip and sprinkler system of irrigation, the cultivation of drought-resistant and high-value crops such as dates, olives, some medical plants, and herbs. Number two is, of course, the renewable energy, and the potential here is that this area enjoys abundant sunlight and consistent wind speeds also, making it ideal for solar and wind energy projects. Number three is tourism development, desert tourism development, and oasis tourism, The new valley has unique archaeological and natural attractions such as ancient temples. There is the Ibis temple in Kharja, for example. There are also Roman ruins, and there is also the White Desert and the Black Desert for ecotourism and adventure tourism. We can also speak, number 4, of course, of mining and industry, and the potential here is rich and untapped mineral resources, including phosphate, iron, and limestone. And as you know, there is the very famous Abu Tartur phosphate mine, which is in the middle between Kharja and Dakhla. We can also speak, number 5, of infrastructure and connectivity. And what is very important, number 6, is the water management, and the dependence on underground water in both is actually a challenge and an opportunity at the same time. What is very important to me is number 7, last but not least, is the human capital development. And in this respect, the government should provide training programs for local communities in tourism, mainly agricultural and renewable energy, and also introduce incentive skilled labor to settle in the area and encourage private sector. In general, to conclude this very interesting question, the New Valley's development prospects are tied to Egypt's broader strategic goals, including food security, renewable energy, and urban expansion.
So, Dr. Amr, during the visit, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli inaugurated the New Valley Agricultural Exhibition. So, if you would like to elaborate more on the exhibition and on the leap witnessed by the agricultural sector in general and in New Valley in particular.
Yeah, what is very important here is to focus on what we call the green economy and the smart irrigation and solar energy. And in this respect, the state focused on sustainable practices like smart irrigation and solar-powered agricultural which demonstrates its commitment to environmental conservation and resource efficiency. These initiatives, as witnessed during the visit, would reduce water wastage, lower carbon emissions, of course, and increase crop yields, aligning with global green economy standards. Actually, he also, the Prime Minister, somehow mentioned the importance of boosting startups and small enterprises, hopefully in the Green Valley. What I would like here is maybe to emphasize on what could be done in the Green Valley in terms of the challenges due to the lack in water resources. So if you like, we can elaborate on how to tackle this big challenge for the New Valley.
Yes. So, Dr. Amr, also, how do you see the keenness of the state on applying the sustainable green economy, smart irrigation, and solar energy in different agricultural projects?
Yeah, that's exactly the point that I wanted to elaborate. The lack of water resources is indeed the most significant challenge for developing the New Valley Governorate, given its location in the Western Desert and reliance on non-renewable underground aquifers. Addressing this issue, it will require multi-strategies. We can speak, number 1, again, the main challenge now is water.
Yes.
Number 1 is the sustainable use of the Nubian sandstone aquifer, and in this respect, it is the main water source so far for the New Valley, but it is non-renewable, and that's a big challenge. And over-extraction risk depletion, of course. But this is not the only source. I'm going to elaborate on other resources as well, water resources. But the solution first to this depletable source is to monitor it and to regulate it somehow, occasionally, I mean constantly. And the zoning of agriculture and apply efficient irrigation systems. Number 2, in terms of water again, is the development of renewable desalination projects. And as you know, the challenge here is that we lack, the area lacks seas for desalination, but the solution is to apply what we call the solar-powered desalination plant, establish small-scale solar-powered desalination plants to treat what I call the brackish water, and some innovative techniques in this respect. Number 3, again, is water reuse and recycling, which is also very important in a place like the New Valley. And then let's come to some new technology, mainly the rainwater harvesting, what we call the rainwater harvesting. And the region experiences very limited rainfall, but capturing even small amounts can make a big difference. Also, the importation of water resources, bringing water to such a remote area, we know it's costly, but it could be applicable via extended pipelines from the Nile River to supplement local water resources, especially for strategic projects. Number 6 here is maybe the promoting water efficiency practices and the research and innovation. And what is important here is also there is a new technology which is called the cloud seeding. And the cloud seeding involves dispersing substances like silver, iodide, potassium, and so on. The idea is that these particles, they act as nuclei around which moisture condenses, increasing the likelihood of rainfall.
So, Dr. Amr, how do you evaluate efforts exerted by the state and government to boost startups as well as micro and small-sized companies operating in different domains, notably agricultural, and increase grains production to meet local consumption needs and export the surplus?
What is important here is to encourage mainly the youth, not only the youth of the region, the New Valley, but youth from other governorates, other regions of Egypt, give them some very attractive incentives to move there and start their own small projects. I would emphasize in order of importance, number 1 is maybe agriculture and tourism. Which one comes first doesn't really make a difference, but I think these are the 2 projects where you can encourage the youth living from the area or from other areas to move and live there if you give them the right incentives for an acceptable standard of living in this remote area. After that comes, of course, the issue that I try to emphasize today, which is how to boost the different projects of improving the human resources, which I know is a big project, but if you can get a number of small projects together with young people, I mean, when I mean young people, I mean between the age of 20 and almost 40. And if you can put them together under a big government umbrella, then you can really encourage small and new startups, small enterprises to get together, join hands to establish very successful projects in terms of cloud seeding or another very important technology, which is the fog harvesting. But this, of course, needs a bigger umbrella to manage such startup projects.
So, sir, finally, one final question. How would the development of infrastructure in the governorate help in attracting more investments?
Again, what is at the beginning, we should start, the government should start by providing the right infrastructure. And as I said, the main challenge for the New Valley is water resources. If we already have examples. I mean, let's take the examples of the Emirates, for example, and China, that developed a lot of success projects in areas that not originally have any water resources, but with water resources we already have a lot of potential for projects, especially, as I said, in agriculture and in tourism, in water resources itself, in energy, generation of energy, in maybe connecting Egypt with the heart of Africa. All these, they represent excellent opportunities, and maybe we can have a real new valley and not rely as usual on the traditional Nile Valley. So the new valley is actually the future of Egypt if it is well established in terms of solid and long-term infrastructure established first by the government and maybe with the help of some of the neighboring countries that are interested not only in the development of Egypt but also in the development of their trade relations and commercial relations with the rest of Africa via Egypt as a trusted country.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Amr Hamed, Professor of Economics. Thank you, sir, for being with us, and give viewers a short break, and we'll be back, so stay tuned.